cloudy and it feels like the rain's coming down in certain spots. Let's see if I can find a place to fly before it starts pouring. And what did I read today? How about this first one where I dealt with, I guess, drone hardware of sort. Although with that said, are there going to be certain people that will be outraged over this piece of hardware? This says PLP releases world's first self-service drone kit for installing bird diverters on overhead power lines. From the looks of it too, it's a DJI M300 or M350 with this device attached to it. It says here PLP, a global leader in developing innovative infrastructure solutions for electric power systems, today announced the launch of the world's first self-service drone kit for remotely installing bird diverters on overhead power lines. The new Raptor Clamp drone kit enables electric utilities and contractors to safely and efficiently install PLP Raptor Clamp diverters via a simple-to-use DIY accessory kit that seamlessly attaches to DJI M300 350 drones, widely used and popular drone models currently employed by utilities worldwide. They do show videos and stuff of this in action, which looks kind of interesting, but it made me wonder, just with the way it's designed and all that, will there be people afraid of this being off the shelf, so easy to do, because you could easily use this for other things as well? I could imagine it increases people's, I guess, paranoia of them being attacked by drones with weapons attached to them and all that. Although it does say the Raptor Clamp drone kit represents a leap forward in the management of overhead power lines and wildlife protection efforts, delivering a safer, faster, and more cost-effective method for installing critical line markers, while offering utilities the opportunity to enhance their existing drone programs with versatile new capabilities. Yeah, I mean, if it works better, then why not? It's just whether or not people would be okay with it, with the hysteria and so forth. Although with that said, will there be people investing more into anti-drone hardware per se? Because this was kind of interesting to read. This one says, portable drone jammer uses Raspberry Pi tactical software to find radio. What makes a Raspberry Pi project tactical? Maker and developer Media Grizzly has their own ideas with this cool portable PI-powered software to find radio system they built from scratch, dubbed the Desert PI-powered tactical system. Not only does it work as a handy SDR on the go, it doubles as a drone jammer that can disable nearby drones with the flip of a switch. It's got a handful of features with plenty of room for modification in the future. Media Grizzly's Desert PI-powered tactical system is housed in a portable case with a decent selection of hardware to play around with. We don't have a full build list yet, but we can see a nice laser engraved faceplate encompassing a keyboard, power LED, USB port, and an LCD display in the middle. However, the most tempting input of all is the big red switch in the corner labeled D-Off. What's that? Basically destroy the drone, for example? It says, according to Media Grizzlies, this D-Off switch is programmed to interact specifically with drone signals. It's important to note that the legality of such interference can vary greatly depending on where you live, and Media Grizzly assures this is the theoretical use case. That said, the drone jammer would work by connecting to an antenna and arming the switch. Any drone within range of the antenna will lose its signal while activated. Although, if that's the case in terms of the drone losing the signal, will it necessarily cause it to, let's just say, crash or something like that? Because for a lot of the drones anyways, they usually return to home for the consumer ones. So it's interesting to compare the two stories. One side, you have people trying to find ways to make things easier with drone tech and all that. And the other side, you have people wanting to develop things to make it easier to, I suppose you could say, jam or take down drones too. People constantly trying to outdo each other when it comes to tech, I guess, huh? And with that thought, in terms of outdoing each other, it sounds like a war. And in general, with the war, there may be a legitimate World War III per se, because apparently some places like Germany, it says they're actually turning places into bomb shelters. This one says Germany plans to turn public buildings into bomb shelters. Authorities in Germany are drawing up plans to use metro stations as their air raid shelters in response to the growing risk of war with Russia. The Federal Office for Civil Protection is looking at public buildings that could be converted into bunkers and plans to develop an app to help public find shelters, Bau newspaper reported. The German public would also be encouraged to set up shelters at home, such as in basements. Germany has been scaling back its public bunker network since 2007, when the authorities decided they were no longer necessary. But Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine, Moscow's hybrid war campaign on Europe, and Putin's threats to attack countries giving armed support to Kyiv have forced a rethink. Yeah, what's going on? Well, apparently, according to this, various, I guess, members in NATO are kind of deciding to prepare. Like, you have to wonder, okay, prepare for what? What's going on now? This thing's just escalating, huh? Like, this one says, NATO considers preemptive strikes on Russian territory, says Admiral Rob Bauer. NATO is discussing the possibility of carrying out preemptive precision strikes on Russian territory in the event of an armed conflict, said Admiral Rob Bauer, chairman of NATO's military committee. This is a new discussion within NATO, and I am glad that we have changed our stance on this and on the idea that we are a defensive alliance that will sit and wait to be attacked before responding. It is more prudent not to wait, but to strike Russian launchers if Russia attacks us. Yeah, what the heck is going on, huh? First, all those authorizations of using long-range missiles. People now trying to set up bunkers and so forth. It seems like they're all prepared to go in, like they're anxious, for example. Will there be an end? Who knows? All right, see you guys later.